So, what do you have for the first Odyssey of update 29.0? Seize the day for the boat enthusiasts. What a great pun. Gotta love puns here on this channel. So across all these 5 maps, we only have to go all the way up to round 80, and amongst all these 5 maps, 2 of them are military only, the first and the fourth one. So, just to be safe, all of the towers except for Dart and Boomerang will be military towers. Now, unfortunately, I cannot choose a different hero. I am stuck with Admiral Brickle, and yes, I know, I only use 7 out of 15 seats, but we do not need more. I don't see a reason why we need more than 2 boats, honestly, especially since we're not going past round 80. So, let's just start this Odyssey. Medium and military only. Well, this should be easy. It should be just boats and that's it. For camo detection, we can just use the stub, and of course, our main DPS will be the boat because seriously, there's nothing else. Now keep in mind, Admiral Brickle only have camo Bloon detection at level 7, so that means we still got a while, but eventually, yes, she can detect camo. So for now, we're just going to use our boat, and I think we'll place our first boat here. This will be the location of our carrier flagship. I think now is a good time to get our sub since we already got our 220 boat, so I think the best sub placement would be here so that, you know, detects camo early and stuff like that. Now that we got submersion support, now we just need to focus on upgrading our boat to a 420 so that we can defeat the Moab in time. There we go, we got our aircraft carrier by the start of round 39, and we got our aircraft carrier by round 52. So now the next thing we need to focus on is getting Plutonium Reactor. And I think I'll go with twin guns instead of barb guards after this because we don't really need the plutonium reactor to pop lead balloons. We already have the carrier flagship, so all you need to do is to decamo the balloons and that's it. And the best way to do it is to make sure that it's decamoed quickly. Ergo, we get Ever starts for our plutonium reactor. Now we still have some money left, so I think the money is going to be best spent on an ace. We set to Wing Monkey and we're going to get a 204 ace. That way it will be able to pop as many balloons as it could. And yes, we're going to set to Wing Monkey as usual. And now that we've already gotten Spectre, there's absolutely nothing else we need to worry about because as far as I'm concerned, we are done with this Odyssey. Well, the first stage of this Odyssey. Alright, next map. Well then, exact same thing as the first time we played this map on my other video regarding update 29.0, but we have a different strategy now because instead of Soda, we got Brickle, and of course we can't place our boats down immediately, so I think it's best we start off with a crossbow, and it doesn't matter that we're leaking some balloons, it's only mana life, we'll get it back anyway. Like last time, we're going to spend our money to remove the ice layer on this lake. Unlike last time, however, we're not going to use boats for this strategy. Instead, we're going to place Emerald Brickle here. First things first, we need to deal with camo balloons. Fortunately for us, we already got a crossbow. So the next thing is to deal with lead balloons, and that's pretty simple. We just need to place one lonely boomerang. Actually no, placing it in the middle is not a good idea. I think placing it together with the other defenses like last time should be a better idea. I think here is a better spot. Yeah, here's a better spot, and just switch hands and we'll get a 220 for now. Next we're going to get an ace and we're going to place it right on the south of Brickle right here. Set it to Wing Monkey, it should be better, and then we're going to upgrade it to a 501 eventually. So yes, this will be our main DPS tower, but for now we can only upgrade to a 401 because of course income, and it should do fine against the Moab class balloon. Actually no, we're not going to get a 401, we're going to get a 420 because I just realized we need towers that can detect camo, and I don't think the Dark Monkey is good enough for this job. Anyway, let's upgrade the Boomerang to play Ricochet and then to more what's it called again? Sorry, more Glaze. Now we can get our Sharpshooter just to help us with the camo balloons. And then now we just need to save up for the Sky Shredder. I think we can sell our Boomerang so that we can get our Sky Shredder right now. And yeah, this should be fine. And yeah, that should be the end of this round. It should be able to beat this pretty easily. Actually, you know what? Before we are done, let's just be safe. We're going to place a dark monkey here, and we're going to upgrade to a crossbow master right here because we can. Well, I don't think we need the crossbow master. I mean, have you seen how many pops it did? But anyway, let's get it anyway because we can. And that concludes our second island. On to the next one. Well, an expert map, eh? Well, not to worry, we only have up to 60 rounds to deal with, even if it's quite brutal, to be honest. I think we're going to start by placing Admiral Brickle here. Yeah, and for this strategy, we're going to have to rely on boats. Our Dark Monkey is completely useless because we can't place him anywhere. I mean, we can place him here, but come on. We're going to buy a crossbow and what, his range is only like, what, a few cm at most? No, we're not going to do that. For this strategy, we're going to make use of 2 boats actually. So we're going to place 1 boat over here, and another boat right next to Brickle right about here. Yep. And we're going to upgrade both of them at the same time. We're going to upgrade both of them to a 320 boat, but of course we're going to upgrade it to a 020 first, because you know, more popping power. As you can see, we currently have 120 boats for both of them. However, we still need to deal with camo balloons, and unfortunately we don't have a dark monkey to help us out. So we're going to actually have a substrat right about here. Make sure it reaches to the other end as well, this little corner as well, because when we get longer range, there we go, it'll cover the entrance. And now we're just going to get a 301 sub. 302 I don't think is necessary for now, we might get it later. Now we currently only have 1 destroyer, and that is the one that's closest to Brickle, while the other one is still a double shot. What we want to get right now is a Moab shaft so that it will help us with the Moab defenses. It will help us defend against the Moab on round 40. Well, just nice, we got a pursuit Moab shaft right before the round started, so good timing I suppose. And now we can work on getting the other destroyer, and then finally aircraft carrier for both of them, and then we should be done. Oddly enough, we managed to get both aircraft carriers before round 15 starts, so it is actually going pretty well, and that should be it. That should be the strategy for this map. There we go. Let's move on to the next map. So this time we only have to deal with up to round 65. Not too bad, but anyway, let's just start by placing Brickle right over here. And as is the usual, let's get our boat right next to Brickle. Here will be actually a pretty decent spot. So let's just upgrade this to a 220 first. Of course, we're going to get our sub right now in order to deal with the camo balloons. We're going to get a 301 because that should be more than enough given that we're only dealing with up to round 65. After that, we can head back to the Buccaneer and upgrade it to a 420 and then to a 520. And we get our carrier flagship at around round 55. And we should be set for the rest of the game. Now that that's done, let's move on to the final map. Now this is the hardest map out of them, but we're still going to try our best nonetheless. We're going to start with a Brickle right here, and since we have 3 Dark Monkey, we're just going to plop it on this small piece of land right here. I don't feel like, you know, clearing out this pile of rocks here. Hey, wait a minute, I just noticed that there's 2 more piles of rocks here. Are they newly added in Trend 9.0? Because if so, why isn't it mentioned in the changelog? And if not, how long have they been there? Because I have actually never seen them before. Regardless, that is not what's important right now. The important thing is we deal with the balloons. So we're going to get a 220 ship to start things off. And now for camo detection, we're going to use a sub. And while I'm aware that sub isn't the best for this map, I'm sorry, but it's like one of the few towers that can actually pop camo and still have a good cross path that we can use. So let's give this a shot. Now temporarily for our anti-Moab defense, we are going to go with the same strategy we used for the third map, which is just Moab shaft, the 203 heli. It's 146 and we got our aircraft carrier. So all we need to do now is to get our carrier flagship, and then we are done with this Odyssey. And we got our carrier flagship by around 57. And with that folks, that is the end of this week's Odyssey. And with that folks, that concludes today's video. So thank you for watching this week's Odyssey. I don't know why I say Odyssey like that, but anyway, thank you for watching this week's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.